So we are live. 1 second. Namo Buddhaya Kalpana ji.
Namo Buddhaya, sir.
Okay, so we have just now started.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's continue further on where we had stopped the other day. So we looked at Kaya and we looked at Sati, two important aspects. Now there is a question which comes up. Why are we doing in this way? Why are we not observing the breath? So the answer here is that first we need to understand the concepts clearly while watching the breath only and knowing each one of them, like what is Kaya, what does it consist of, and when we are sitting we have to see the Kaya. So there are two kinds of Kaya. One is the physical, one is the mental. So Rupa Kaya and Nama Kaya, which we have covered in the previous section. So if you have not gone through it, you can go through the earlier video. And then we have Sati. So Sati is all about remembering what needs to be known and having a yoniso manasikara. That means to say that yoni means actually or starting point, and manasikara is making up in the mind. So manasikara has two aspects. One is with root, that means knowing the root cause. Ayoniso manasikara means not knowing the root cause. So before we proceed further, I would like to take on one sutta which is very important in this regard, called as Mulaka Sutta. This appears in Anguttara Nikaya 8.8.3. 8.83. That is the Sutta 8.83, Anguttara Nikaya, Mulaka Sutta. If you can memorize this, this is very good because it talks about root. So I will say this in Pali and then I will also say that in English. Kim mulaka avuso sabbe dhamma, kim sambhava sabbe dhamma, kim samudaya sabbe dhamma, kim samosarana sabbe dhamma, kim pamukha sabbe dhamma, kim adipatteya sabbe dhamma, kimuttara sabbe dhamma, kim sara sabbe dhamma iti. So what is the English terms for this is kim mulaka. Mula is root. So all Dhamma, what is their root? Kim sambhava, how it is possible. Kim samudaya, what is the origin. Kim samosarana, how do they meet. Kim pamukha, who is their chief. Kim adipatteya is how does it rule. Kimuttara, Uttara is actually north, but in this aspect, what is the superior? Kim sara sabbe dhamma. So then the reply is Chanda mulaka avuso sabbe dhamma. Interest, having interest is the root. Manasikara sambhava sabbe dhamma. Here manasikara, what we were talking about, is making up in the mind, which causes attention. So sati is all about giving attention. So we can have sati in a wrong direction, sati in a right direction, just like a boatman rowing the boat. So here attention is the cause for Dhamma. Passa samudaya sabbe Dhamma. Contact is there. Origin Vedana samosarana sabbe Dhamma. Feeling is the cause for meeting of Dhamma. Samadhi pamukha sabbe Dhamma. Samadhi is maintaining a particular state, is their chief. Satadipatteya sabbe Dhamma. Mindfulness, that is sati, which is remembrance and mindfulness, is the ruler. Panyuttara sabbe Dhamma. Wisdom is superior. Vimuttisara sabbe Dhamma. Freedom or vimukti or release is the core or is the essence. So this one you need to remember. That is, we again go slowly. Kim mulaka avuso sabbe Dhamma. Kim sambhava sabbe Dhamma. Kim samudaya sabbe Dhamma. Kim samosarana sabbe Dhamma. Kim pamukha sabbe Dhamma. Kim adipatteya sabbe Dhamma. Kimuttara sabbe Dhamma. Kim sara sabbe Dhamma. Chanda mulakavuso sabbe Dhamma. Manasikara sambhava sabbe Dhamma. Passa samudaya sabbe Dhamma. Vedana samosarana sabbe Dhamma. Samadhi pamukha sabbe Dhamma. Sathadipatteya sabbe Dhamma. Panyuttara sabbe Dhamma. Vimuttisara sabbe Dhamma. So, what is the root? The root is interest. What is that which creates a possibility or produces them? It is manasikara. What is the origin? Samudaya, passa. What is the samosarana? Meeting place, vedana. What is the pamukha? Chief, samadhi. Adipatteya, ruler, is sati. Panyuttara is superior, wisdom. Vimuttisara sabbe Dhamma. Release or relief from suffering is the sara, essence. So when we come to the next section as in looking at Anupassati. So in the Anapanassatikatha, Sariputta explains on what is the meaning of Anupassana and especially Anupassati. Kaye kayanupassi viharati atapi sampajano satima vineya loke abhijja domanasan. That is the Mahasatipatthana. And when we go into that, we find Anupassana and Anupassati. So he asks a question, Anupassati ti katham tam kayam anupassati. There is this Anupassati. How does one observe the kaya, or what is called as kaya anupassati? So there are 14 things that needs to be taken into consideration when anupassati happens. So now we are going to meditate on anupassati. The first anupassati is aniccato anupassati no niccato. Second one is dukkhato anupassati no sukhato. Third one is anatto anupassati no atto. Nibbiddati no nandati. Fourth one. Virajati, no rajati, fifth one. Nirodheti, no samudeti, sixth one. Patinissajjati, no adiyati, seventh one. Anicchato anupassanto nitya sanyam pajahati, ninth one. Dukkhato anupassanto sukha sanyam pajahati. Anatto anupassanto atta sanyam pajahati. Nibindanto nandim pajahati. Virajjanto ragam pajahati. Nirodhanto samudayam pajahati. Patinissajjanto adanam pajahati. So what it really means for meditation, watching the in-breath and out-breath, you first have to look at anicchato. Anupassati no nichchato. So in the breath, you have to consider the arising and passing. And not only that, you will see that a new breath means new life, old breath means old life, new life replacing the old life. That means as many as we are breathing, that much of life is gone. So which we can see kaya, which is receding, diminishing, reducing, all that. Second one is to understand dukkhato. So when we see that the life is reducing, we don't know where we will be establishing again. So it is not a good thing. So dukkhato anupassati no sukhato. It's not a sukha. As we are losing the breath, it's not a sukha anyway. Anatto anupassati no atto. So there is no personality in the breath. There is no person in the breath. It is a process. Nibinnadati no nandati. Nibbidda means disillusion. Nandati means rejoicing, enjoying. So, by watching the breath receding away, going away, one cannot enjoy. Virajjati. Rajya means is to enjoy the desires which are coming. So is disliking that. Nirodheti no samudeti is eradicating. He eradicates the attachments. Patinissajjati no adiyati. So now he has patinissaggo. Pati means bonding. Nissajja means to remove. Remove the bond. Now when he does these 7, it will help in doing another 7. That means it is going to remove the Nicha Sanyam, Sukha Sanya, Atta Sanyam, Ragam. Raga is removed, Samudaya is removed, Adanam is removed. So let's do the meditation now on this. What you need to do is, as you watch the breath, contemplate on anicchato, dukkhato, anatto. These 3. Nibbinadati is Nibiddha, which is nothing but disillusion. So when the breath is going away, how can you have illusion that you're going to live for a long time or your life is endless? That's not true. Virajjati is stopping the lovable, liking feeling. Virajjati is doing that. Nirodheti is to eradicate. Patinissajjati, not attaching. And these 7 eradicates the other side of it. So just observe in your breath. Let's take 10 minutes and we come back on the next section. Now we'll start on the next section. The next section is on Pajanana. So, Janana, in Hindi, there is this Janana also. So, what it means is to know. Panya is wisdom. So, anything you get to see through wisdom, meaning anything that you see as reality without any distortion, is Pajanana. What is the Pajanana you are going to have is, you're going to have about the Vishaya information. And then you are going to do an investigation which is Pavichayo. On what? On Dhamma Vichayo. Dhamma is the teaching. Or it can also mean all kind of Dhamma. On the objects or the nature of things. So it ultimately leads to Sammadikti, the proper view. So like food is required for body to grow, and you reduce the food, body starts to become leaner. Exercise, also same thing. If you exercise, we become leaner. If we don't exercise, it becomes heavier. So this is called as Pajanana, to know that if we do something, something is going to get into result. So if we exercise, it helps the body to shed out more weight, can be water weight or fat. And if we don't exercise, then we might increase the weight. If we reduce the food, the body again becomes leaner, cleaner, healthier. So through wisdom, we can come to know. We also come to know what kind of food has to be eaten and what kind of food need not be eaten. We also come to know that what food will do and what food will not do. So Buddha has spoken about 4 kinds of food. So ahara. So knowing the 4 food, 3 plus 1. 1 is the physical, gross food, and the remaining is mental and consciousness with contact. So we can observe it. So when we are doing meditation, watching the breath, we have to have the Pajanana to know where the breath is touching. It's equivalent to food. If the mind is deflected, the breath is very fast and you cannot concentrate or rather have a focus. If you are watching the breath becomes soft, breath becomes lean, breath becomes very subtle. So this is Pajanana. So 2 things we covered. One is Anupasati, another one is Pajanana. So now you have to use Kaya on Kaya Sati, and you need to remember how Anupasati is happening, 7 of them, and that takes you on to the removal of the 7 things. And then Pajanana is to know what is happening. on the breath, which will take you to Samma Ditti. So for next 20 minutes, let us do that, or considering in the breath, knowing what is Kaya. So the four gross elements or Mahabhuta, Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. You observe your whole body and you observe the breath. Then the Namakaya is Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasikara. On that apply Anupassati. Anupassati herein Aniccato, Dukkhato, Anatto, Nibbindati, Virajjati, Nirodeti, Patinissajjati. So when we do it properly, you get Aniccato, Anupassanto, Nityasanyam Pajahati, Dukkhato, Anupassanto, Sukasanyam Pajahati, Anatto, Anupassanto, Attasanyam Pajahati, Nibindanto, Nandim Pajahati, Virajjanto, Ragam Pajahati, Nirodento, Samudayam Pajahati, Patinissajjanto, Adanam Pajahati. Contemplating on Anicca removes Nicca. You can see the breath is passing away and new breath is coming, and hence there cannot be anything called as Nicca. That means continuous, without a break, no erosion, no reducing. That is not possible. So receding is going to be there, or reducing is going to be there, diminishing is going to be there. Dukkhato, it's not good sign to see that the breath is going away, but nothing that can be done, and hence it's just a process. So there is anatta. Nibbindati means dispassion, that removes the nandana, which is enjoyment. Virajjati, no rajjati. The virajja is removing that likingness or lovingness, which will remove the raga. Nirodeti will remove the samudaya, that is the origin of all the pain, because nirodha is happening, non-arising, which is eradicating. Patinissajjati is non-attaching instead of attaching. So this, if we practice properly, along with pajanana, that is to know what is happening on the breath, you attain a very peaceful state. Try it out, and then we will conclude afterwards. Now let us come to the third aspect, which is anicca, dukkha, anatta. How to understand it? Anicca means this anicca can be applied to feeling and perception. So as the breath arises and passes away, there is a feeling. And we can see that it is diminishing or reducing. And when we see the dukkha, this fear now, because as the breath keeps on going away, replaced by new breath, and that's the reason we think that it is nittya. Then when we come to anatta, it is just a process. So there is nothing in there. It's shunyata. So in every breath we can see all these three. From the time of our birth till today, so many breaths have gone. So if you see, very few remains, and hence fear. There is no nittya sanya. When we see this going away from the birth till today, and it is continuously going. A new one comes, old one goes. New one comes, old one goes. It's just a process, a machinery. Observe the breath keenly. And since it is just a process, there is no person. And hence it is shunya, empty. What would you do with the breath? Nothing. Now let us conclude today's session and again meet up tomorrow.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. So how was it, Preeti?
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay. How was it, Kalpana?
Very nice.
Okay. Namo Buddhaya. We'll meet tomorrow then.
Namo Buddhaya.
Good night. Good night. Bye.